Hi, Greg here. Just wanted to answer a question that I get fairly often. There's always people around looking to relieve a little bit of general back pain. Now, you're probably in the vast majority of people with a little bit of back pain. You're in what I call the dead zone. So you don't really necessarily have enough pain to warrant going for therapy, or maybe you've gone to do therapy before, but it hasn't really helped a lot. But you're also, dealing with this soreness, and maybe it limits your training or limits your ability to be active, at least if not a lot, it limits it a little bit. So if you type in some sort of search, stretches for back pain, which inevitably you have if you've come across this, then you'll see 1,000 videos that'll tell you to stretch your hip flexors and stretch your piriformis, and that will provide you with some relief. They're good stretches. I prescribe them all the time, but here's the one issue with that. If that's all you're doing to relieve your back pain, you're not actually addressing the cause at all. Those two muscles, typically in the average back pain scenario, are actually 2 degrees of separation away from what is actually causing your back pain. There's usually something that's triggering muscle spasm, that's triggering pain. So it's all well and good to do those two stretches. They're great. Like I said, I prescribe them all the time, but you need to be doing something to address the cause. I'm going to give you one stretch that's a really great stretch, and for many people out there like you, this will help to address a little bit better the cause of what is going on with your back and provide you more than just very temporary relief. One of the biggest causes of back pain, especially in our society, because we sit so much, are hamstrings, tight hamstrings. And you can sit down on the ground and stretch your hamstrings, and it's really not going to provide a lot for you unless you're doing it very often and under controlled circumstances. Because sometimes when you sit on the ground and stretch out, reach out towards your toes to feel a good hamstring stretch, it's hard not to round your back, and it's really not an ideal situation. This stretch that I do personally myself, whenever I feel it, I do it less and less now because my back doesn't bother me as much. But going back a bunch of years, I had a lot of severe back pain when my disc was really bad. And this exercise really provided me with a lot of relief and addressed the issue of my really tight hamstrings. I do this stretch, or I recommend this stretch now at a couple of different times in the day. Definitely you want to stretch at night before you're going to sleep. So within an hour of falling asleep, you do some light, sustained stretching. You don't have to warm up to do it, but you can add this into your routine along with your hip flexor and glute stretches. If you don't know what those two stretches are, I've attached them below because they are good exercises to do as well in conjunction with this. So this exercise, so you can do it at night. The other time that I do it is actually in the morning in the shower, when you can have warm water on your back while you're doing this. It actually helps to release a bunch of tension through your back and through your glutes and hamstrings. The best way to do this stretch is to find a wall where you can place your hands, and what you're going to do is you're going to arch your back. Now, you don't want to arch it so much that you're feeling a ton of compression through here, but you definitely don't want it rounded. You want it on this side of the arch scale, So you're going to arch your back. You're going to keep your hands planted against the wall like this, and all I want you to do is stick your butt out and reach down with your upper body until you start to feel the tension in the back of your legs. Okay, and I actually sort of press a little bit with my hands so that I'm pushing my body back and I'm reaching down. And what this is doing is it's allowing me to stretch my hamstrings It's keeping my back in a good neutral position so that I'm, especially if you're like me and if the root of your problem is a disc issue, even if it's mild or if it's old and it doesn't bother you too much, you don't want to go into too much flexion. Okay, so keep your back arched, press out and reach your body down, and once you feel the tension in your hamstrings, you can hold it, force it a little bit, force them out, and then stand back up. The other thing this does, the other bonus of this exercise, is it really helps you to relieve some of the pressure in through your lats because your hands are up here and you're pressing your body down. So it's a bit of a duo stretch. The lat muscle here that you're working when your arm is going up, or you're stretching when your arm is going up, is actually connected to the low part of your back as well. So this is a great duo stretch. It's what I call a modified waiter's bow. So with the modified waiter's bow, like I said, you can do it in the mornings and do sets of 7, 8, 10 of them at a time. Only one set will actually provide you with some relief. If you want to do it more, this exercise, absolutely you can do it more. And it's a very low risk, high reward stretch that you can do every single day. Okay, I hope that helps. And as always, be active, be healthy, and be injury free.